Welcome to InfoHub. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So today we will be learning some of the most common used tools of Photoshop. So let's get started. Do subscribe and press the bell icon and never miss any update from InfoHub. As you can see, today I will be explaining to you the two most common used tools. One is the brush tool and the other is the clone and pattern stamp tool. So starting with brush tool. See, in simple words, brush tool is basically painting the given surface. As you can see, you can change the colors from here as well. This I have explained to you in the previous session. Go and check the link above. Just keep in mind one point, that the brush tool always picks the color which is in the foreground and not the color which is in the background. So make sure you change your foreground color before adding color to your surface. So that's all. I'm moving forward. As you can see the circular icon in the screen, this is the symbol of brush tool. This denotes the size of a brush. This we can change according to our own preference. The size of the brush can be changed by different methods. I will explain to you. Before that, let me add one thing. As you can see at the top, as I've always explained, each tool has its own properties. So it's the same with the brush tool. It has properties like size, hardness, strokes, mode, opacity, flow. Let's start with how to change the size of the brush. As you can see, the first method is simply by moving your cursor left and right. You can change the size, let's say 200. So this is the size of the brush. The second method is using the square brackets. As you can see, if I use these brackets, this will decrease the size, and on using these, it will increase the size of the brush. The third method is simply press Alt and right click and move your cursor left to decrease and right to increase. So you can use any of the method in which you are comfortable. Now moving towards to what is hardness. As you can see, it is set to by default 0%. 0% means if I'm adding the color to the surface, you can see the edges of the color is blur, it's smooth, the flow is smooth. And if you increase the hardness, simply it makes the edges more defined. It is not necessarily important you keep it to 0%. This you can change according to your preference. Okay, now moving towards to the different types of strokes. As you can see, we have a variety of options available. Just want to explain you one thing. Out of all these, most of them selects the color which is in the foreground. There are only few of the brush strokes which selects both the foreground and the background color and merges them to create a variety of colors. As for example, let me say I'm selecting this grass, change this color to dark green. Now if we see, if I am dragging my mouse, you can see it has merged both the colors, the foreground and the background color, and has created a variation of both the colors. So this is only applicable to some of the tools, not to all. So as you can see, if I am selecting this particular stroke, it will only give me the color which is selected in the foreground. So that's the only thing which you need to know about brush strokes. Okay, now moving towards to what is mode. Before that, let me add one more thing. If you want to draw a straight line using the brush tool, all you need to do is simply press shift. Now you can see within the command you cannot move up or down or an angular movement. So all you need to do is release your mouse, click, press shift, then drag again to make a new line. Because if you don't release your command, what will happen? If you make another line, it will automatically start making from the end point of the previous line created. Okay, now moving towards to mode. The normal is simply drawing a normal line. Let's change colors. Let's flip this icon, and behind is simply behind this. As you can see, soft light, hard light means this particular area will be harder, or this particular color will look harder. Overlay means overlapping this. So this you can change according to your preference. Opacity and flow, basically they both are same. This we usually don't change, it's by default set to 100% both. For example, this is how it will look in 100%. But if in case you want to change the transparency of your color, you want to make the color more lighter, so all you can do is change your opacity, change your flow, and you can see it will give you a lighter version of your color. So that's the basic thing about brush tool till now. Okay, now moving towards to clone stamp tool. See, the main purpose of clone stamp tool is to simply make a duplicate of any object of your particular image, as well as erasing a particular area similar to lasso tool, but in a more precise way. So let me explain to you with the help of an example. Now as you can see in this particular image, I want to erase this table, keeping the area plain as the rest. So all you need to do is just select the tool, then define the source which you want to clone. But before starting, first make a new layer. As I always say, never work on a background layer. And at the top you can see sample, where you have 3 options, and it is by default set to current layer, which means it will clone only in the particular layer you are working and not on the new layer which you have created. So always make sure when you are using clone tool, you first set it to all layers. Okay, now moving forward. So now how does a clone tool functions? You just simply need to press Alt at the particular area which you want to define or which you want to make a clone. As you can see this icon on clicking Alt, now simply move your cursor to the area where you want to create the clone. As you can see, it's simply copying one thing from the other. But make sure from wherever you define your source, it will continue to read the whole area from your selected source. That is the icon which is reading the area from where I have selected my source. So make sure while you're cloning, the plus sign is within the defined area, because if in case the plus sign is not within the defined area, so this is what happened, as you can see. So make sure your plus sign is always within the defined area. Moving forward, in some cases we need to make multiple copies of the selected source. So as you can see at the top, we have an option called aligned, which is by default on. The function is same as that of the plus sign which we have just seen in the clone tool. So to make multiple copies, all you need to do is simply off the aligned option. Now as you can see, as I select this particular table, now I can simply make as many copies I want. But at this point, make sure for each copy you create, you need to release your mouse each time. Also adding to this, make sure you choose this very carefully, because in most of the images, if you make multiple copies, it appears to be fake. So it's better we always keep it to default. And it is applicable only in some situations, so just keep in mind this point. That's the basic thing about clone tool. Now let's move towards to pattern tool. But before that, I would like to add one more thing. As you all know, lasso tool also has same function as that of clone tool, but the only difference is that we prefer lasso tool only in images where we have a very good differentiation of color variations. Okay, now moving towards to pattern stamp tool. As you can see at the top, there's a property bar where you can see you have by default some of the patterns, but it's not necessary we use these specific patterns. You can also create or add more patterns to this. One method is simply go to settings, where you have a variety of options like load patterns, color paper, nature, etc. For example, let's say I'm picking nature patterns. Simply press append. Append means to add. So now you can see it is by default added to this particular tab. The second method to define pattern is select any image. It can be any texture from Google, Pinterest, whichever you want to create a pattern. Select that image, open in a new tab. All you need to do is simply go to edit. There's an option called define pattern. Simply press OK. This is your choice, you want to give a name or not, because this is not going to make any difference. So simply press OK, and now if you go back to your tab, you can see your pattern has automatically been added. The third method of adding pattern is Now as you can see in this particular image, I just want to define this particular area of the hole. So what I need to do is, first, using the selection tool, let's take rectangular marker tool, simply click and drag your mouse till where you want to select. Now as you can see within this dotted lines, this is the area which I have selected to define my pattern. The rest is the same. Go to edit, go to define pattern, simply press OK, and if you go back to the tab, you can see your pattern is automatically added. The function of pattern tool is same as that of a brush tool. Let's say I'm selecting this particular pattern. All you need to do is just with the help of mouse, simply click and drag your mouse to apply pattern to the specific area, as you can see. So that's all for today. I hope you were able to learn something. So see you in the next class. Thank you. We hope you like this video. Give your feedback in the comment section. Now you can also follow us on all social medias. Hit like and do subscribe our channel for more interesting videos.